We have known for a while that Marvel Studios deals in interesting ways when it comes to contracts. Sometimes you're getting 7 to 10 appearances and they don't even really tell you when up until you're called up. Sometimes, as in this case, when it comes to Elizabeth Olsen, she's on a very short-term deal that keeps getting renewed. So let's talk about that. So recently, while doing the rounds talking about various aspects of her career, Elizabeth Olsen was asked about the first time she was approached for Marvel Studios for the role of Scarlet Witch, how she landed it, her contract details, and all that. And in a rather shocking reveal, she actually gave, some insight into it, where she talks about the fact that you have some actors in the MCU that have those giant contracts, and despite the fact that we've seen her in multiple appearances, she is not one of those. Originally, she reveals that she signed on for 2 films and a cameo, this quite obviously being Age of Ultron, Civil War, and that post-credit scene that included her and Pietro, so that was it. And then from there on, she would renegotiate new short-term contracts, aka less appearances than your giant, sprawling contract that's gonna take you through a decade. So she revealed that this is just sort of how it's been for her. It's one chunk at a time, and I get this. There's nothing more here than they didn't know if the character would work. Going into Age of Ultron, were all of you 100% positive that 5 years after Age of Ultron, she's gonna headline her own TV series with Vision? Probably not. Nobody was guessing that that was gonna happen. Again, Marvel Studios was gambling with these characters that are far less unknown than even when they started gambling originally with the likes of Captain America and Thor. So I understand this, and I understand why they're slowly dealing with it in those, shorter term contracts, probably with her agents as well, because I would assume that they would favor she does 2 or 3 appearances and then, hey, stop, let's renegotiate a bigger payday, and then we'll see what happens. So they meet somewhere in the middle, both on shorter terms, but an increase of pay. And it's one of those things where she knows that if her role keeps getting bigger and bigger, they'll keep offering more appearances to lock her down for a smaller amount, and she can renegotiate for a bigger payday and less appearances. I mean, that's just how it works. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, prime examples of this. By the time they came down to renegotiating 2 film appearances, they were making more than combined what they made in their last 5. So yeah, that's how you gotta do it.